A young man just trying to make his way in the world, running his little pharmacy here in Aranguez, murdered just like that in an attempted robbery late last night. When I heard that news this morning, I immediately remembered that I was in this pharmacy less than a week ago looking for eye drops. He didn't have the brand I was looking for, but he was very helpful, making several other recommendations. In fact, a few months before that, I'd also been in this pharmacy getting some medicine for COVID and that kind of thing, and he was very pleasant, very affable young man, and he actually said that we worked together at TV6 many years ago, so he branched out starting this pharmacy, trying to create something for himself. Very hardworking, very pleasant young man. And the killers came for him last night. And you know what was the first thing I thought about this morning at the conclusion of this crime symposium? This kind of thing keeps happening because politicians, they don't see us. They don't see us, we, the collateral damage of their failure and incompetence. And because they don't see us, they could come up with recommendations like a ban on assault rifles, which is ridiculous because the vast majority of violent crimes are perpetrated with handguns, and illegal handguns at that. So a ban on assault rifles is not going to do anything for us other than allow regional leaders and local politicians to posture in luxury and give the impression that they're actually doing something about crime, when the truth is quite the opposite. This young man running this very small pharmacy, he stayed open a lot later probably than many of the other stores in this area. Competition among pharmacies in this particular area is quite stiff, so I might be speculating here a bit, but he may have stayed open later so that he could catch other people who maybe took in ill later on in the evening. And you know, many of the businesses in Aranguez have started closing at 6 o'clock because of rising crime. So he probably was caught because he was working later on. Now, many people say, well, what's the point of going on social media and complaining about the state of crime? People had no problem using social media for their own reasons. We saw a slew of carnival unboxings. You have no problem going on camera and going on Facebook to complain that you didn't get enough packets of ketchup in your box of KFC. If ever there was a reason to get on camera and go on Facebook, is to show the politicians that we're not going to continue to tolerate the bloodshed that is a direct consequence of their failure, their corruption, their incompetence. If you get on camera, if all of us get on camera the way I am in the blazing sun today, Fitzgerald Hines would never have the comfort of going on television and smirking, saying that a crime plan is not his responsibility. Each of us has a responsibility to speak out and make it as uncomfortable as possible for this government to carry on this way. If we don't do that, if we don't speak out in unison, we'll continue to die just like this young man did.